Hello, wonderful, 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 wonderful. Yay! So today is our Worthy Woman Wednesday show, and you can call it Wealthy Woman Wednesday show. And today I am so excited to have these two VIP queens with me. So if this is your first time tuning in, my name is EVDS, and I am a financial empowerment speaker, a financial trauma healer, and soon to be a published author. And I am also the founder of our FABpreneurs Heart Center Female Community, as well as the founder of Money Fast Live, our virtual women's conference. And today I am excited to introduce you to two VIP queens of our Money Fast Live virtual women's conference coming up in about a week, November 1st and November 2nd. So next Friday and next Saturday. So a week from this Friday. And so, first of all, let me introduce you to our first guest of honor, and that is Bethany Kennedy. Bethany, please unmute yourself and tell us a little bit about your business and what you do.
Thank you so much, Evie, for making me a VIP queen. You're amazing to work with. So I'm Bethany Kennedy, and my business is trueabundance.us. I help women understand that timing and time are different. So I give them the perspective of when they are thinking they're behind and they have that stress. I open up that perspective with them to realize that what they are in this moment is where they need to be. And it all becomes clear to them, and it's transformational. And when you do that in every part of your life, you can discover true success, true abundance. And it hits every part of your life, your relationships, your understanding, your energy. And that's what I do. And it's fun.
I love all of it, and I love the fact that you added fun because we know having fun is so important for success in life and success in business and energetically. So thank you, and we'll come back to you to find out more. And let me introduce to you our second VIP queen, and that is Vismaya Rubin. Vismaya, please unmute yourself and tell us about you, what you do, what you share with the world, and how you make the world a better place.
Thank you. I have to tell you, I love that intro. And I have a video of me sitting in a chair upside down, throwing money all over me. So I absolutely love that intro. I could feel the excitement and how excited I am for Money Fest Live, and very grateful to be a VIP. It was a no-brainer. So I am Vismaya Rubin. I'm the founder of Living in Gratitude Today, and I am the #1 gratitude gangster. What? So when I say gratitude gangster, even if I can't hear you, you need to say what? So I have the delight of creating the best gratitude swag. So I support women who are looking, these women are ready to change the world and have a huge impact, and they want to wear something that's really cool. So they grab one of my shirts, they can dress it up, they can go from brunch to the boardroom, wear it with a cute pair of shorts. We're in South Florida, so shorts and a cute pair of sandals, or throw it under a blazer when you're ready to go into the boardroom and change the world. We have the perfect shirt for you, because we do understand that positive messages really can transform the world one person at a time. So I'm working on a new project right now. We have 100 designs going up, and they're all almost there.
I love that. I love that. And I love what you do. And I love your enthusiasm and your energy. And first of all, I want to get people that may not know us, people that are just logging in for the first time, to know. Please tell us who you are, how you serve, or what your services are or solutions. And whether you're watching on live or the replay, we want to know more about you. So please share there in the chat or any questions that you may have. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, please make sure to subscribe so that you know when we go live. And so today, I want to ask both of you about First of all, why did you decide to become a VIP queen at Moneyfest Live? That's the first question. For those of you that don't know, these two fabulous fabpreneurs I met through different other female entrepreneur events, and I invited them to come to our weekly Fabpreneurs networking, which I'll ask them to tell you about that too. It's a different type of networking that you can come for free on Thursdays at 4 p.m. And I shared with them our upcoming live event called Moneyfest Live. And they both said yes to themselves. I always say you could only say yes to yourself. And the more that we say yes to ourselves, the more that the universe says yes to us. So please share a little bit about that. Who would like to go first? Go ahead.
So my first encounter with you that I really remember speaking was when I joined one of your remind me of how to say that the Thursday, Fabpreneur Networking.
We call it a Fabpreneurs networking party because we want to
It really is a
elevate the
party.
energy. Yes, tell us.
It is really a party. It's fun. It goes by fast. I've learned things in the short time that we're together because it's only an hour and you're very, you keep the time managed really well. But it was truly, it was fun. And like I said, I learned different things that I can use in my own business, especially the intros. That was really fascinating for me. And the reason I said yes is, you had talked a couple of times at the networking event in regards to money scripts and really rewiring your brain. And that is something I'm very interested in. I'm working on every day, and we're always a work in progress. And that is my focus this year, is really shifting and changing and uncovering the things that are my limiting beliefs and releasing them. So that was the main thing that got me. It was a no-brainer. The price was absolutely reasonable. It was ridiculously reasonable. And I love your energy and I love what you bring to it. And I love the fact that, you always talk about fun. Like, girls want to have fun and we want to have funds. And that's what it's all about, right? It has to be easy and fun and exciting. So
Thank you so much for sharing that. And yes, Vismaya talked about girls just want to have fun and funds because that is our Fabpreneurs Networking Thursday theme song. So we always begin the meeting dancing and, yes, reminding ourselves that we are worthy and deserving of both fun, F-U-N, and funds, F-U-N-D-S. And the reason for that I use that song is as a reminder to elevate our mood and realize that we can attract abundant clients and manifest more money by having fun. And so that's the whole premise behind the Fabpreneurs networking party that we do every Thursday. And that event is actually a preview of our upcoming main attraction, which is our Moneyfest Live virtual women's conference coming up next Friday, November the 1st and November the 2nd. And now I want to ask Bethany. Bethany, what made you decide to become a Moneyfest Live VIP queen? Tell us a little bit about our trajectory together.
Well, I agree with the fun, and I'm all about fun because I did a networking party as well. Your 10-year, woo, congratulations. Yes, and that was my first experience. My second experience was going to the financial healing with the trauma healing. And I have to tell you, it was the deep part, the intrinsic of digging deep into yourself, and the research and the knowledge that Evie brings to this was enlightening, and it was healing. It was, and that is why I decided, because I discovered how much trauma I really have. And in my profession, I'm a financial professional as well as self-development. And that's why I went in to financial services, is because I knew I needed healing, but I didn't know how deep my trauma was. And to be able to not only release my trauma, but to help others after I work with Evie is going to be amazing. And I am so excited. but I'm relieved. You know what I mean? I'm just peaceful and relieved and calm and confident. And that is why I signed up. And I'm really looking forward to Moneyfest and the collaboration.
I love that you said that, and both of you are invited to show up tomorrow at 4 o'clock for our FABpreneurs because I want to feature you inside the community so people know the VIP status that I really want to uplift you. Also, of course, I invite you both to continue sharing inside our FABpreneurs Facebook community, the free one, because once you post, yeah, you have to get approved, but you'll definitely get approved because you are both VIPs, and so I honor that. And it's interesting that you said about the collaboration because you, in the business that you are, and actually, Vismaya, you too, one of the things I'm going to be sharing is I'm going to be sharing how you can become a VIP for the next year. And one of the things that you'll get as a VIP, as a financially free fabpreneur, is not just a high standard membership because it is going to be limited to just 11 women. It is also that you're going to be a leader in my community, meaning if you choose to, you'll continue learning for yourself. And also that I want to help you so that you use what I'm putting together as my upcoming book in your business to help other women. So I don't know if I'm going to have a certification or anything, but for those that are interested in working bigger with me, I'm looking to collaborate synergistically with other women that are be part of our leadership team. And in my opinion, with the energy, the enthusiasm, just the heart that both of you have, I'm going to tell you, I was going to wait for November 1st to say it, but you are listening to this firsthand. I really invite you to start thinking about that because I think both of you just have such great energy and just such great good vibes all around with what you're doing that I think both of you would be great leaders for what we have planned for 2025. So just kind of putting that in your brain. And then thank you, Bethany, for sharing about the healing class, which I know Vismaya, I want you to explore that. I know you've been very busy. Who hasn't? I mean, Bethany, she has several children, which I'm like amazed that she gets so much done. I've been totally immersed in this. Like I said, I was telling Bethany and you, Vismaya, Bethany and I were supposed to have our one-on-one, and I had to postpone it because I had said yes to a speaking engagement earlier at the same time that I booked her. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. So we're going to do it after the Money Fest or perhaps on day one, whatever you want, whatever shows up. But VIPs, for those of you that are wondering, get a one-on-one strategy session with me and or the healing class, or in Bethany's and actually Vismaya, because they were early birds, they get both. So they got the one-on-one and the healing class. And so for those of you that are wondering, I'm going to put it in the chat. The healing class, our last one before Moneyfest Live, is this Friday at 1 o'clock. And when you get your VIP ticket to Moneyfest Live, you get that healing class for free. And so I'm letting you know this, Maya, because I know we've been trying to get together. I really believe that those of you that want to heal your financial trauma want to join this class on Friday at 1 o'clock. And if you can't make it Friday, note that that's what Moneyfest is about. We are going to be going through a not as deep, Bethany, as we went because we were a little group of 5 women and there was a lot of privacy there. But we are going to be doing some financial trauma healing. And so while I put some links in the chat, Vismaya, share a little bit more about some of the specifics perhaps that you have noticed and what we've been putting here together and what excites you the most.
Like I said earlier, I've been really exploring my limiting beliefs and doing some work to uncover and to discover what I don't know. And every time I go a little bit deeper, I learn a little bit more, and then the world gets a little bit brighter. And I think that's the part that most excites me. And some people are like, you really want to hear the traumas and see the traumas and dig them up? And the answer is yes, I do, because when I'm able to understand them, or even sometimes just having those conversations, you release them and you don't need to feel all the pain and go through it again. But the awareness of what stops you and the conversations that you're having that you don't realize you're having, for me, that is really what I'm excited about, because like I've been doing a lot of work and a lot of stuff is coming up, and I hear these things and I'm like, oh my God, that's not Vismaya today. That's like the little girl back then who's having those conversations. And it's been very, very powerful for me. So any opportunity that I have to go deeper, I am in. So that's really what's been pulling me.
I love that. And for those of you that are watching, bizniversity.com, Heal Financial Trauma. That is the class. You can opt to take that class. It is $44 if you just opt for the class, and you get that free on Friday when you buy your ticket. And so here's the deal I wanted to say about healing. You know, I don't know if you know the story of Ismaya, and maybe I mentioned it, Bethany, during our healing class, but it's interesting how one of my first ways of resistance, because there's resistance, and we do get resistance, and I know that a lot of people like me may feel resistant. So when I decided that I was going to go on a book journey, I had to do a book proposal for Hay House. And, my book got honorable mention and I didn't get a deal. And then the editors came back and say, you're not telling a lot of your personal stories. I got pissed and the stuff moved and I wasn't ready. And that was one of the reasons why when my husband, who was the one that suggested that I write a book, I thought he meant for marketing because my background is in marketing and business. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. But then when Spirit guided me to write this book, I had a lot of resistance. Okay. And, one of the things, and Bethany knows this from being in the healing classes, I am still healing. I'm going through this because, in this last class, one of the attendees say, oh, I don't want to cry today. The moment she said, I don't want to cry, I started crying. Okay. And when I was told by the editors of Hay House that I had to put more on my story, I had a lot of resistance. And just to explain to you how much resistance I have, because perhaps you who are watching this can relate, I forgot or I chose to forget. My family has always made fun of me, my siblings, that is, saying, oh, you don't remember anything of our childhood. You always forget. Well, guess what? I discovered that was my defense mechanism. I was choosing to forget because it was so painful financially. And interesting that today my sister said, that you've suffered from PTSD, she told me. And some people do suffer financial trauma and have PTSD from it. And, I'm not a psychologist, although initially when I first went to undergrad, I wanted to be. And it's funny how I've come full circle to this moment where for my whole life, I try to forget my childhood. I try to forget about the whole financial trauma, being born into poverty, being, in government housing, living under food stamps, never being able to ask for what I wanted, having to have food rationed. And even to this day, when I go in my refrigerator and there's a little bit of something, I still ask permission of my husband if he wants to have whatever we like running low on. And that was from childhood, because even milk, when we had a little bit of milk, we had to look back and ask my mom, there's a little bit of milk. Can I have it? Because we had our food ration. So when I started tapping into all that trauma, that's when the true healing began. And I want us to understand that because I've spent hundreds upon hundreds of thousands, and I mean hundred thousands of dollars in training for marketing, sales, and money mindset, and the mindset and self-development. And I never hit upon the financial trauma, which when I heard that I had to tell my stories as I'm writing this book to be published by Hay House, and I had that resistance and I started releasing it, stuff started coming up. Then this year, I heard Ree Tracy from Hay House talk about what about trauma? And I'm like, trauma? I didn't even know that was a real thing in psychology when it's referring to, financial trauma. And then I discovered that that's a real thing that psychologists, and I started looking, I said, oh my goodness, that's what it is. The thing that's been impeding me from flourishing, from being financially free and staying, because yes, I've had moments in my life when I became actually very wealthy and I lost it. And then I would make a lot of money again, have a lot of financial freedom, and then something else would happen. I had a bankruptcy. I had a business that crashed and collapsed. I had my business partner take money from me and never pay me back. So I had all these things happening, and I never knew that I never resolved my financial trauma. Can you ladies relate to that? Go ahead and unmute yourself and share if you feel like it, because right now we're in a public domain. And that's the difference, by the way, when we do the financial healing class that we're doing Friday, that we're in a safe container. And as much as possible, it is my intention during Money Fest, we're not going to dive totally deep in, but we are going to create a safe and sacred container for us to be able to share. And then we'll be able to do this, because as I'm sharing, I'm releasing. So what are your thoughts? Either one of you, you want to just go ahead and share?
So, I'm going through something right now in my business. It's very similar. Like, I had a friend who kept saying to me, do print on demand, do print on demand, do print on demand. And releasing that control of, having a specific shirt that I've used for 10 years, listening to somebody who knows more than I do say, you have to have 100 designs. And I was like freaking out. And finally being able to say, I'm going to listen. I don't know what it looks like. And I know that part of that control stuff comes from money stories, and not, and letting go and being able to say, okay, I'm open to something new. So it's not the same kind of story that you're talking about, but I know what's underneath there. The change, the letting go, the having to control, the wanting it to look a certain way, having it, being open to things being a little bit different, being uncomfortable. All of that is part of the growth and uncovering those blocks that have me stuck. So, I don't believe that it has to be hard to be financially free. I don't believe that, but I do believe that if we're not where we say we want to be, it's because there's something there. So I'm in that process now. So sitting down, creating 100 designs and then putting them up and then figuring out, well, now you have to do X, Y, and Z, which requires money to do it. And it requires you have to put out, and being trusting and being open enough to say that, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And then jumping into communities and learning from the experts so that I'm not trying to do everything on my own is really a big leap of faith for me sometimes, because I am an educator. I spent 20 years as an educator. So I'm very excited because I'm in a whole space. Like, there was a word from, this year was going to be unrecognizable. And I still have 3 months to go, or 2.5 months to go for the end of the year. And I believe with every bit of my being that I'm there, I'm on the right path. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So I am super excited to start, the 11th month of the year and really have a full 60 days to ride out, as my 100 shirts will be up. They're ready to go. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. And I don't think it has to be painful. I think it can be, and I think that's what I want people to understand, is that when we're talking about uncovering limiting beliefs and that we're releasing stuff, it's not necessarily that we're going deep into the sorrow. It's the awareness that, oh, wait a minute, that's why maybe I do what I do. And now that I understand that pattern, I can talk to my adult self and say, you're no longer there anymore. It's okay. You're no longer in that position. So I think one of the things that's happened in this past couple months since I've been jumping onto your calls and doing some of my own work is that I stopped myself. I used to be a major money manifester. And for whatever reason, I stopped saying that. And I believe that I can manifest for everything else and everybody else. And the other day I declared, this is the amount of money I'm going to make. And I made it I said, in a week, this is what I'm going to make. And I made it to the penny. So I am thrilled and excited and cannot wait to see what happens, to see what opens up and starts to percolate.
Absolutely. I loved everything you say. And I want to remind all of us that, one of my negative money scripts, so I wish I had trademarked the name first, but I think the father-son psychologist that developed the financial trauma theory, where the trademarked money scripts before I did. But I've been saying money scripts ever since I started writing this book almost 2 years ago. And I had never heard that word. And that's why my book is called Money Scripting, because it's about money scripting over the money scripts, which some people call money stories. So money scripts are more ingrained. And also, because financial trauma is different than financial stress, financial trauma results from incidents of extreme financial stress or financial traumatic incidents, as I call it. And one of those things for me was you have to work hard for money. And interestingly enough, because that's all that I've ever believed, that you have to work hard. So what if we didn't? So what if we didn't have to work hard? And then, something that is almost unconceivable to me and to my husband, who I attracted and happens to have this as a big ingrained limiting money script. You have to work for money. I know that's like a shocker. Guess what? We don't even have to work for money. So the idea of making money, we don't have to make money. We don't have to work hard for money. We don't even have to work for money. So that's a big shift for all of us. And the way to do that is, at least in my method that Source gifted me, was through the FAB money scripting method of manifesting financial freedom, which you'll learn more about as you continue staying with our FABpreneurs community. And we are going to go dive deep into what is my financial trauma. We want to feel it, but not like in psychotherapy, because this is not psychotherapy. And while, yes, cognitive psychologists in cognitive psychology will sound a lot like what I do. And I've come to discover that now, because there is some cognition and some cognitive psychology that we have to go into, but not to linger, not to stay in the pain, but to recognize that we are entitled to have different emotions and different feelings. And we want to allow those feelings to emerge. Like, for example, the pain of crying. We want to allow that to emerge so that we can release it. And the only way that we can do that is by one word that you said, Vismaya, by being open. The more that we are open to exploring for the purposes of healing and releasing and then receiving, but truly releasing and receiving, meaning we're not going to live in that story anymore. And the best way to do that is by truly reframe and rewrite that money story, which is why my book is called Money Scripting: 3 Steps to Rewriting Your Financial Trauma, because we are the authors of our lives and we are powerful manifestors. The thing is, sometimes we are unconscious or subconscious or totally not aware of what we're saying, what we're thinking, and we are still manifesting. We are always manifesting. So yes, Vismaya, you're manifesting. And what we ask, we do receive. The thing is, like I said, we are not seeing with the right glasses because we may be in that past life glasses, where our faith, although the Bible says your faith is a mustard seed, we've lost our faith for whatever reason. So the good news is that there is no coincidence, because I don't believe in coincidence. Everything is in divine order. You said yes. You said yes. And now everything is going to become clear. You're going to be able to see with the eyes of faith. Everything that you've been asking has already always been here. Now you'll be able to see it. So, Bethany, do you want to share a little more before we finish about the experience of the financial healing class? For those that may be wondering, why should they attend the healing class? Why they want to get this as a freebie on Friday after they register to our Manifest Live?
Yes. I
You're
really.
muted. Go ahead.
Oh, can you hear me now? Yeah. Okay. I really like the receiving part, and talking about that resistance. And when you were talking about the woman that said, "I'm trying not to cry," it was that resistance. But I know at that time, when she said that, I also felt like crying. Until she let it out, it was like building up in me as well. So we were all connected on that call. And I think that being together in that small group was really amazing. Do you
Yeah.
want more? Just that
That's right. And
receiving
that's
and
part of the journey.
resistance.
And then I want you both to understand we're on a journey together, not by accident. And I'm just a messenger. There's going to be a lot of things that but you weren't ready to receive yet. And I love that, Bethany, you said receive. And a lot of the things I'm going to say, you might have heard of, and a lot of them you might have heard it called different ways. Okay, it doesn't really matter because we're all teachers. I mean, you both are leaders. You both are teachers. And so we are all teachers here, and we're all students, and we're on this journey. And it happens to be that our souls called each other so that we can hold hands like sisters and say, okay, we're stronger together. We don't have to do it alone. We are here, and it's a divine incidence that we said yes, and now we get to hold each other's hand and lift each other up and guide each other through this. So it's no coincidence. And, I'm just a messenger, but you're a messenger too. I mean, Bethany, you're giving hope and providing resources for women who want the actual tangible finances to help themselves in their personal lives and in their business. And this Maya, it may seem, oh yeah, just like a t-shirt. Yeah, right. But guess what? Those t-shirts that you create, their energy, they're coming out and people are looking at each other's heart as they're reading those messages. And there is, even if they don't read it out loud, they're communicating an energy. So like, for example, what's your number one t-shirt, Ms. Maya, that sells?
My number one in the past was just the hashtag grateful, and people would walk by me, and one time I remember I was looking down, I was kind of doing something, and I try to make a habit of looking up when I'm at the cashier to say hello and acknowledge the person. And I was looking down, and somebody runs by me, and they're like, "What's up, grateful?" Or somebody, I was walking on the beach one day, and somebody comes up to me, and she's like, "I love your shirt. I need to hug you." So it definitely does shift energy. It does, people have worn my shirts in the happiest times and also in some of their saddest, because they needed that energy, that shift, that serenity that they bring them. So it's not just a message. I agree with you.
And it's so powerful. And I would like you to share. Can you stand up a little bit so we can see your shirt? Gratitude.
This one says practice gratitude.
Practice, and I love that it says practice, because that's what I say. I say you want to practice the FAB money scripting method of manifesting financial freedom every day for 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes at night. And I love the word practice because practice develops confidence, and practice develops the habit that becomes a lifetime. And gratitude, I love that because that is our first place to start from. If you are not where you want to be, or even, when I started practicing the FAB money scripting, and I share this, I believe, Bethany, in our group when we did the healing class, my first intention was to feel content because I couldn't put happy. Because I thought happy was like up here, and I just wanted to stop complaining, stop feeling miserable. So I said, okay, well, what about content? That I am okay settling, however you want to define it. And even that was a little harder. So then I said, okay, why don't I just write gratitude stuff? And I do that today. And I'm going to encourage everyone to do what this Maya shirt says, which is practice gratitude. So if you're in a place right now that you're not manifesting consciously, because you are manifesting, you're just not aware of it, then use that. Practice gratitude. Sometimes, still today, I have to write like 10 pages in my journal of everything that I'm grateful for to elevate my energy. My friends, one of the things that you will learn how to do at Manifest Live is how to elevate your energy. If we elevate our energy higher and increase our consciousness higher, we will be at the energy of abundance. We will be able to manifest more consciously because we are energy. That's what we are. And that's why you don't have to work hard, or you don't have to work to manifest money, because through your consciousness, through your energetic force field, through your field of love, of gratitude, you are a magnet. And that's why I love those t-shirts, by the way. Those t-shirts are like a magnet. And I can't wait till all of us at the FABpreneurs Community have those t-shirts, because that's one of the things I've been talking to this Maya about, and we might not have them available for this because it's kind of been not the timing didn't work, but definitely because that is an outside magnet of reminder for us when we're wearing it, and also to the universe and to everyone we come through, and everyone who comes through or passes us, they're getting that energy. And that's what we are. We're magnets. So, Bethany, please let people know how they can get in touch with you, and then I'll ask Michelle to do the same thing.
Yes, so you can get a hold of me. You can find me at dreamspark.trueabundance.us, and then you can that's where you find me.
I love it. Thank you so much. And you, Miss Maya, please share how people can get in touch with you.
So my shop is shop.livingingratitudetoday.com. And I'm on all social media platforms, either as livingingratitudetoday.com or Vismaya, VISMAYA_Rubin, RUBIN.
I love that. And I want to tell everyone, if you want to meet and connect with these fabulous leaders, to join us this Thursday at 4 o'clock. Our FABpreneurs networking party is at 4 o'clock. It's on Zoom. It's free for you to attend. And this Thursday, both of these women are going to be introducing themselves, telling us more about their business so that people can connect with them. So if you want to connect with them, find them everywhere on social media. You see their names, Bethany Kennedy. And let me take this out so that Vismaya, we can see. Let's see if I can switch around with you. If I can switch, I'll put you on the top so people can see you. Okay, I think you have your information right there. Let me know. Okay, let's see. There you go. I was able to switch us. So shop Living in Gratitude Today.com. Check out these ladies. Come meet them. Join the Financially Free FABpreneurs Community on Facebook for free. And remember, Bethany and Vismaya, post your stuff inside the group, because I know that you and I are synergy partners and we're going to grow to very, very big things. My word for 2024 is soar. And I've been soaring, and I don't want to soar alone. I'm taking anyone and everyone who wants to soar with me. And that's an open invitation to both of you and those of you that are watching. So, once again, I want to thank you, beautiful, beautiful, fabulous VIP queens, for allowing me to get to know you, for allowing me to be in your life, and of course, for being in my life. You both are shining stars in my life. I appreciate you, and I behold the VIP goddesses that you are. So thank you so much. And thanks everyone for watching. Bye bye. See you on Thursday, 4 p.m. Bye.